a gift. It is a skill. What if you discovered that these people you call creative geniuses simply follow a repeatable process, not lightning bolts of destiny per se, like people say? And I want you today to stop waiting to feel creative and you should start learning how to work creative. Some of you are waiting for a spark, others are building a furnace. Today, I want to show to you that creativity is a skill, it's not just a gift. For long now, you've been looking at your creative abilities like it's just a gift, it's not a skill, so it's something I can just no. That is the conversation for today. Creativity as a skill, not just a gift. You're welcome to the Smart Creative Short Break Series, and I am Leslie Grace, the Confidence Coach, and I help busy professionals unlock confidence smartness through smart reading, smart thinking, and of course, smart speaking. You're welcome to today's live session. You want to hit the subscribe button, you want to share this live with someone that should be here. It will be an amazing conversation today, especially because I'll be showing you examples of people who had creativity but treated it like a skill, not just a gift. And that will open your mind to see that you too can start treating your creativity as a skill, not just a gift. You're welcome. Yes, you're here for deliverance. I can see you. Hello. Yes, you're here for deliverance. I can see you. Hello, Gifty. So good to have you here. Have you hit the subscribe button and told somebody that today's life has begun already? Yes. Now, let me begin by saying this. Creativity is not a lightning spark. It's a muscle. For long, some people would ask you questions. Maybe you wrote this powerful book or you built this beautiful framework, and people ask you questions like, hey, man, how did you get this spark? How are you able to build this? How are you able to build that? Creativity is not a spark, it's a muscle. It grows with reps. Just the way muscles grow, right? If you are a gym rat or you're a gym enthusiast, you know that muscles grow with reps. Okay, so that's how your creativity is. It actually grows with reps. It was in Exodus 35, verse 31. And it says, and I have filled him with the Spirit of God in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. Workmanship. Skill is both gifted and grown. So this is why I'm saying that creativity is not just a gift. No, don't look at it as just a gift. It's a skill. Yes, you were gifted with that skill, but it is still a skill. So you shouldn't look down on it and say, it's not just this. God just gave me this gift of making wonderful pancakes. No, ma'am. It's not just a gift, it is a skill. And like every other skill, skills are both gifted and they are grown. Now, let me say this to you. Talent opens the door, skill builds the house. Put that for me in the comment section, will you? Talent opens the door, but skill builds the house. So because when you just call it as a talent, you're seeing it as a gift. This is why the master was angry with the guy who went to bury his gift. He saw it as a gift. He didn't see it as a skill. And the master said, I gave you a gift, something you could have grown, something you could have considered as something gifted to be grown. You buried it, you are going to be destroyed. Talent opens the door. Skill builds the house. Let me have that in the comment section. Talent opens the door. So if you're seeing your creativity as a gift, you will just be at the point where it can open doors for you. But the moment you shift and you start considering your creativity as a skill, you would realize that it can open doors for you. Because yes, it can. Now, let me ask you a question before I continue. Gift or skill, which do you describe creativity as right now? I know that I'm hitting you with some truth and you're wondering, I didn't see it in this slide. It's okay. Let me have your own idea. Gift or skill, which do you consider creativity as right now? Because you know what most professionals do? They consider what they went to school to learn as a skill. So guess what? They keep boxing themselves. Then you wake up one day and you see that, I just saw my friend make wigs and I can make it. And in your head, you feel, you know what? No, that making gift of a thing is just a gift. I just saw myself doing it. I can just make hair. It's just a gift. It's a skill, man. It's a skill, sir. All right, I want to tell you a story today. It's an eye-opening story. Preparing for this live today, I had to read this story again. I had read it, and I said to myself, in a bid to show professionals that creativity is not just a gift, a skill, then we need to look at the story again. Now, it's the story about Kellogg's and the birth of conflicts. How many of you have you had conflicts before? Kellogg's conflicts. Have you had it? Growing up, conflicts used to be my best snack, my best staple food. I used to love it a whole lot. So maybe that's why I love this story. But then there's a lot to pick up from it on creativity, and you view your creativity as not just a gift, but as equally a skill. And that is what the conversation will be about today. So quick story, right? Who is ready for story time? If you're ready for story time, let me have it in the comment section. Story time, story time, story time. Okay, in the 1890s, the Kellogg brothers, John Harvey Kellogg and his brother Will K. Okay, I can see you're ready for my story. Yes, I can see story time. They were experimenting with patient diets at their lab. So a batch of boiled grain was left, and then they rolled it into flakes. Now it's interesting to know. Oh, the sound keeps fading at the end. Why? Why is my sound fading? Team, please confirm. Is my sound fading? Someone says my sound keeps fading. Let me know, please. Is my sound fading? Team, please let me know. Okay, is it better now? Alrighty, let's continue. And if you can't hear me at any point, just let me know in the comment section. Okay, so they were trying to experiment with wheat. Now, it's important to know that John Kellogg was interested in wheat. So he was a wellness enthusiast. He wanted people to eat more healthy, wanted people to live, more better lives, nutrition and all of that, better diet. So he actually wanted to make wheat flakes, actually. And because he had this skill as a background, that's what he wanted to do. But guess what? A day came, they were doing some things with grains, and then they had this batch of rolled grains that were left. And then they decided to try out with it, to just experiment with it. Later on, the brothers refined this process, and they later commercialized flakes into what became a breakfast staple, into what you have now in your kitchen as cornflakes. Guess what? This wasn't just mystical inspiration. No, it was repeated tinkering, testing, and packaging that gave us what we have today as cornflakes. Did you notice that they didn't wait for a muse? They experimented. They experimented. They tried and tried and tried. They experimented, iterated, and then packaged what we have today as cornflakes. And that changed breakfast forever. It's solving a huge problem. Remember, a few days ago, I told you that creativity is simply problem solving. Today, conflict is solving a huge problem for families all over the world because someone decided to see his creativity as a skill, not just a gift. It took a lot of, when you see it as a gift, you can't go through this process. You can't go through the process of trying, reiterating, repackaging. You're going to get bored. You're going to get tired. And of course, I will explain what skill is using the acronym skill. I love to use skill acronyms a lot. So I'll be explaining what it is, how your creativity is actually a skill. I will break it whole down with the acronym skill. Today's conversation is the one that you will love. You want to share this live with someone. You want to hit the like button. You want to go invite someone to actually be on this live today because you love it. So this morning, I'll be using this story to show you the difference between gift and skill and how skill is the roadmap for anyone who wants to make creativity reliable. Let me say that again. Skill is the roadmap for anyone who wants to make their creativity reliable. I have seen that part of the reasons most professionals have not been able to turn their creativity into cash flow, into something reliable and sustainable, is because they think it's a gift. Yes, you were gifted with it, no doubt. Yes, it's something that you woke up and it's just easy for you to do. Yesterday I said part of the reason professionals don't monetize their knowledge is that because it comes easy for them. And so at some point they're thinking because it comes easy for them, then it's not value. Okay. So today I want to show you that it's even if it came easy for you, or you're thinking, no, 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 you know what? I feel like this is just a gift. No, no problem. But that's your creativity that you think is a gift. You need to move it to the point where you start seeing it as a skill, because it's until it becomes a skill, it cannot be a roadmap to making that your creativity reliable, to making it cash flow. How do you make it a skill? I'll be using the acronym skill. I'll be using the acronym skill to explain. So when I give you Skill, I'm going to explain all of this to you. S. Please put in the comment section for me. S. C. S is to see, like with your eyes. See. 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 Observe. Let me explain. Yes, you are gifted with hair making, or you are gifted with cooking. And I want to see in the comment section, by the way. Let me see that. You're gifted with cooking and you're doing well with your cooking. Everyone loves how you cook. Now, for you to move that gift to skill, the first thing you want to do is see. Oh, thank you. I can see in the comment section now. See. What do I mean by see? Observe. Observe. Train your noticing. I was having a conversation months, I think this was months ago, with a professional who says, I want to leave my career space. I'll still be in my career space, but I want to go start on my own. And as we're talking, she said, I'm giving myself this number of months where I am. So I said to her, in the months where you are preparing to leave, where you have made your exit plan, what you want to do is to start looking at that your system where you are now with a different kind of eyes. Do not look at it, that your system, with the eye of the employee that you've always been. Look at it differently. Observe. It simply means pay attention to details. Creativity begins with paying attention. So that's your gift. You can turn it into a skill that can build you affluence if only you can start treating it as a skill by seeing, observing, training your noticing quotient, your noticing power, if you will. You begin to observe patterns, the patterns of those who have been in that business before you. What are their patterns? You begin to pay attention to annoyances. Yes. The people that are in that business space, or the customers you are going to serve, what annoys them about this business? Take, for instance, I was looking at the USP for Domino Pizza. I think it's Domino Pizza. Okay, it's actually a company that's into pizza production. And I saw that their target line, what is on their target line as a USP, is hot, spicy, delivered in 30 minutes. So it means that maybe I haven't read that story, but let's say this pizza country, I'm not sure it's Domino Pizza now, so scratch that. Let me say someone who is into pizza making. He just found out he loves to make pastries, and then he found out that, okay, pizza comes in more hand. It's more like a gift for him. Okay. Now, to make it a skill, he starts to observe. He observes the patterns. He observes that, okay, the people eat more pizza on the weekends. So he's observing to say, okay, if I want to go into pizza making, then I should maximize the weekend season, holiday season. I should maximize looking for a way to attract children or parent to children. That's an example. Now, after observing patterns, the next thing he goes to observe is annoyances. Now, he goes to observe that the people who order pizza suffer this annoyance. They are always annoyed that pizza takes hours to get ready, or that for you to eat pizza, you have to either go to a store and wait for a while. So he goes, I will deliver it hot, spicy in 30 minutes. That is him doing what? Seeing, observing. That is him upping his gift, in quote, into a skill. So the creativity leaves the space of gift. into what it should actually be, what it originally is. I beg your pardon, which is a skill. So S is for what? See. Now you see the patterns, you see the annoyances. The next thing is see the delights. See the delight. So when he's preparing that USP, he says hot, spicy, delivered in 30 minutes. 30 minutes covers for the what now? The annoyances. But guess what? Spicy covers for the delights. People would prefer to have more spicy, hot pizza. Do you see? So in that your line of business you want to go into, you want to actually see. I know this is beginning to feel like a master class, right? This is why you shouldn't miss any of our live sessions here at Smart Speakers Academy. We go live Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m., and it's such a delight to be here. We do not come here casual. No, we do not come here anyhow. No, we come here prepared and absolutely ready to give you value. Of course, we know that we're serving professionals, so we cannot come anyhow. Alrighty, so observe their delights. The Kellogg's, for example, which is our basic story for today, Kellogg's noticed what happened when dough was left overnight. They noticed what happened when dough was left overnight. So that was what birthed the conflicts you are eating. They saw. So the first step towards making your gift a skill is to what now? See. 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 Mm. Mm. If you don't see it, you can't create it. If you do not see it, you cannot create it. So for 60 seconds, I want you to scan the room where you are now. Write 3 small oddities you notice. When I mean oddities, something that feels odd, something that feels like a problem to you that you should fix. Interestingly, if we both or we all are in the same space right now, what I would notice as odd may not be what you would notice as odd. So each one to his own, right? So look at the space where you are now, write it down. What are the oddities you can observe? In that your career space where you are, what are the oddities you are seeing? If you can see the oddities in them, trust me, you're moving your gifts to skill. Because with that, you go ahead to see the patterns. With that, you go ahead to see annoyances. And then next, you go ahead to see insight, delights. You begin to have insight into the delight within that your space. And this is how. This is the first step you take towards doing what? Turning your gift into a skill. Turning your gift into a skill. You know, it was at some point that God had to ask Abraham, what seest thou? So let me ask you professionals, what seest thou? What are you seeing right now? As you're scanning through your room, what can you see? What can you see? It's always about what you see. It's always about what you see. If you can't see it, then you can't create it. K, the next one is K. Keep. After seeing, the next thing you should do is to keep, 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 collect it, capture. Capture the ideas as they come. In your process of seeing, you may begin to see that, in this my teaching industry, there's something that annoys parents of teenagers. Parents of teenagers get annoyed with the way that teenagers are being turned to not need attention. So if I'm going into the system and I want to build a system for teenagers, I should pay attention to the fact that it's not only toddlers, preschoolers, and pre-teenagers that need attention. Teenagers too need a different kind of attention. So it's either I'm building up a mentorship system in my own teenager school system because teenagers actually need attention. Now, the moment this gets to you and you pick it, capture it, keep it, keep it. After you see, the next thing is to keep. The next thing is to keep. Capture it. Ideas vanish. Let me say it. Ideas vanish unless you keep them. Please put down that for me in the comment section. Ideas vanish unless you keep them. Ideas vanish unless you keep them. I've seen too many professionals say to me, but I thought of this thing. Or has it happened to you before? And I think you can relate with this one. Where there's an idea that came to you 2 years ago and you did nothing about it. You didn't even write anything about it, but you just knew that, okay, this thing came into my mind. And it was just somewhere in your heart, somewhere. You didn't even think about it twice. However, 3 years down the line, you are walking down the road and you see that thing you wanted to do, somebody do it. How does that feel? How does that feel? That's when you know that ideas vanish. And let me even say it, when they vanish, they don't go into thin air. No, they go into the heart of the next person who is willing to keep them. Trust me, there's so many ideas I've had before that I lost. Take, for instance, before I ever heard or see physically Gary Flakes, I had the idea at some point. I just thought, why can't we have this particular African food? So Gary is an African food. Why can't we have it more readily and available? Why can't we have it as a staple food in good? Why can't we have it just off the counter? I had that in my heart. But guess what? The day I saw someone who actually put up with it, I was good. I was glad because, well, I can't do everything. But that's a proof that ideas can go away. And when they go away, they do not go into thin air. No, no. So if you play with the idea that you have now, you may lose it. You may lose it, it may go off. So do not play with the ideas that you have. As they come, keep them. Store them. How do you store them? Make a note of them if you have to. Make a voice note of them. Make a voice memo of them if you have to. Write a stretch book for them if you have to. Something that you can do. Back to the story of the Kellogg brothers I was talking about. Guess what? They recorded as they worked. As they worked, they kept on recording what it is that they were doing. Because you know what? Ideas are. Okay, can I be seen and heard? Can I be seen and heard? Let me know in the comment section that I can be seen and heard. Can I be seen and heard, please? Okay, you can see and hear me. I want to believe. All right, let me continue. So that's it. Heard but not seen, please. Why? Why though? Why though? I wouldn't know why you cannot see me. Hmm. Can I be heard though? Let me know if I can be heard. Let's know if it's the video we're just to fix. So I'll just continue. Wise integration grows from curiosity. And I said that curiosity is matchmaking because it produces old things to new partners. So it is corn, right? It is corn. Maybe you don't even like corn. Maybe you don't even like eating corn. But guess what? With creativity, you reintroduce old things to new partners. Do you know that with the kind of virgin hair product they've made now, especially for African hairstyle, it has made people who were not partners or lovers of natural hair to start loving it because of what creativity. So even if you didn't like corn, by the time Kellogg was done with making cornflakes, you started loving it, I'm sure. So with curiosity and creativity, old things are turned to a new thing that the old partners can buy, and the new partners can also jump in on it. That's creativity for you. Yes, I can see that's creativity for you. L, so that's skill, right? S, I have said S is see, K is keep, I is integrate. Now let's go to L, lab, 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 LAB. And yes, of course, the lab has to do with the smart creating lab, yes. But then Lab also has to do with produce, iterate. That's what we're doing in the smart creating lab. Yes, let me see the comment section. Lab, lab, lab. Treat your ideas like experiments. Please write it down. Let me have that in the comment section. Treat your ideas like experiments. So be more willing to experiment. That's what it means. Treat your ideas like experiments. Be more willing to experiment. Be more willing to experiment. This thing doesn't look like it's going to work. Well, I'm willing to try it anyway. You can see and hear me now, right? Thank you. Thank God. All right. So treat your ideas like experiments. Treat your ideas like experiments. That's what they are. Don't yeah, it's so good to be back as well. I was trying to figure out what happened to the video, but thank God we're back. So treat your ideas like experiment as they come. Get into the lab with them. This is why you need to get into the smart creating lab. As your ideas come, treat them as experiments. Jump into the lab and be quick. So all of this, I'm waiting for it to be perfect. I'm waiting for your time is moving. Go ahead, get into the lab and experiment. The Kellogg's didn't stop at one batch. They kept on tweaking processes. Do you know that I was reading Thomas Edison's story recently, and I found out that it took him a year. And I didn't know this until I read Femi Otedola's book, Making It Big by Femi Otedola, please. And I realized that, hey, it took Thomas Edison a year plus to actually get the light bulb out. That's it. That's treating ideas like experiment. That's why I say your creativity is not a gift. If you see it as a gift, you see that you don't need to do experiment. And that is why if it fails the first time, you are done. Come on now. When you see it as an experiment, when you see your idea as an experiment, you know that even when I launch that course or I launch that book, I'm going to sit down with feedback by the time I'm done, and then I will know what it is that worked, what didn't work back. So if something didn't work, I didn't fail. I got a feedback. I didn't fail. I got a feedback. If you look at it from the angle of getting the feedback, you will not be afraid to try. And guess what? That is my ultimate definition for the word confidence. The willingness to try, the choice to try. It was in my book. I was currently writing one of my books. And I said in the book, Mastering the Game of Consistent Confidence, I gave about the 6 C's for consistent confidence, the kind of confidence that shows up all the time, whether you are before the president or amongst your girls or your buddies, And I wrote in that book that confidence is simply the choice to try. So it takes a lot of confidence, but you need to see your gift as a skill. When you see it as a skill, you will know that the thing you do with a skill is that you take a skill to a lab. When your ideas come, you see them as articles for experiment. So experimentation becomes a part of your process. When you see it as experiments, you will stop this perfection syndrome thing. That you're saying, no, coach, you don't understand. At least let me have 10 customers that will be willing to buy it every month, then I'll be producing. You are not seeing it as an experiment. You're not seeing it as an experiment. The Kellogg's cornflakes you are eating today, they did it in several batches. They didn't stop at one batch. For each new batch, guess what? They tweaked processes. So you launch that course and only 5 people bought. You are tweaking processes. I love it. I love this comment. And someone said, I've been looking for quick fix. I am now open to take experiments. Great. Treat it as an experiment. Let me say this, right? Every single idea you get is an apparatus for experiment. Please put it for me in the comment section. If you're just joining us, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's amazing that you're here. Every single idea you get, treat it as an experiment apparatus. Take it to the lab. Yes, and treat it like an experiment. So when they were making Kellogg's cornflakes, for instance, they did several batches, they tweaked processes, they toasted, they tested. So you need to do the same thing. Make several batches. Yes, it's a book that you did. Make several copies. Send it out. When you are done sending it out, get to tweak the process. So you can do it this way, come back and then turn it again. Now, get to toast it Add more flavors. Maybe you want to add the book with something else that will make it sell or make it get into the hands of people that will get to read it and give you feedback. That's what you're looking for. Now, test it. Don't be afraid to test. You made that juice that you said, you made that solution that you said will make parfaits stay longer without being in the freezer. Test it. If you do not test it, you won't even know if it will work or not. So, like a lab, I have a brother who is into experiments. And for several years, I know that they've been looking for a solution to illnesses. You don't want to know how long they spend in the labs. Do you know that even as we're here now, people are busy looking for solutions to cancer? And guess what they are doing? They're in the lab. So the drugs you are taking, somebody went into the lab, tweaked processes, tested, and they're retrying. In one of our smart speaking courses, interestingly, I had a lab scientist, and he was basically into laboratory study big time. And he was speaking, he said that we have done a whole lot with looking for a solution for the cure for malaria in this part of the world. And he said, for each time we do it, we go out. So what we do in our smart speaking courses, there's something we do that everybody gets to talk. There's a name we have for it. And so it was that time. So he was talking about this and he tried to talk about malaria in this part of the world and the cure. And I was wild at the whole processes that making a drug goes through. Let me say this. Every single idea you have is a drug. Are you aware? Yes. It's a drug. It's a solution. I hope you know that drugs are nothing but solutions. Isn't that what your idea is? You're finally going to create a solution for African moms in the diaspora to eat more African meals. That's a solution. It costs them months. It costs them a lot more money. You're finally going to make a solution to our African hair for women above 40. That's a drug. If you know anyone who is into production or manufacturing of drugs, sit with them and ask them this question. So that even without your gift, no matter what it is, stop seeing it as a gift, see it as a skill. Be more open to having it go through a laboratory process if it needs to, because it does need to. It needs to. Let it go to the lab. Let it get tested. Produce quickly, fail cheaply. Iterate often. I'll say that again. Produce quickly, fail cheaply, iterate often. Iterate often. Let me say this clearly. Volume creates clarity. Come on now. Put that in the comment section for me. Volume creates clarity. Volume creates clarity. How did Thomas Edison get clarity from making the light bulb? I'm trying to get the name of that particular light bulb now. How did he get that? He tried for how many times? Let me know in the comment section. How many times did Thomas Edison try? Can you see how volume gives you clarity? How many times did he try? Let me see in the comment section. Put it for me in the comment section. I want us to see how volume creates clarity. So when you say things like, oh, this coach has been there for 30 years and they've been able to do this, listen, volume created the clarity they have. There's a particular course in the academy that we're currently running the 8th cohort. The kind of clarity we have now, we didn't have it when we started. But the kind of clarity I have, I'm not afraid to pitch this course to the president. I can tell the president that you need this course. Because of volume. Volume creates clarity. Thomas Edison had to do it how many times? How many times? How many times did Thomas Edison have to do it? And today we're all enjoying the effect, the good of the light bulb. Volume creates clarity. So do more and learn faster. Do more and learn faster. Do more and learn faster. 1,000 times. Is it 1,000 times or 10,000 times? Well, find out. But can you see what numbers do to you, to your whole system? Numbers do a lot to your system. So let the numbers roll. Let the numbers roll. Have the numbers come in. It's okay. Volume creates clarity. Now let's get to the final L. I've been explaining how your gift is not a gift, but a skill. And I gave you S, how to pass your gift through its process of a skill so that it can give you income, impact, and influence. I said S, see it, observe. K, I said keep it. As the ideas come, study. I said integrate, integrate, integrate. L, the first L, I said lab. Let your gift go through laboratory processes. And of course, which lab do you want to be in? If not the smart creating lab. Yes, get yourself ready to get into the smart creating lab. And then the final L, launch, launch, launch. After you go through the laboratory process, launch, package and learn, package and learn, package and learn, package and put it in the world. Let it not end in the laboratory, ma'am. You have done 6 times experiment. Now you have tried that body cream and you found that that is good for your skin. Package it and launch. Package it and launch. Yes, thank you. I can see in the comment section. Guess what? Will Kellogg added palatability and a selling story? Have you seen an advert about the companies before? There's a lot of palatability and a selling story that makes it sell. I just told you what a pizza company does. They added palatability. They packaged the pizza so well. They added a selling story. Hot, spicy, delivered in 30 minutes. That's a super selling story. So package it and then let it come out. Packaging turns work into value. Because guess what? Your clients aren't interested in buying work. They don't want to buy work. This world, nobody, you as you are, do want to buy work. If you're just joining us, it's so good to have you here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's amazing that you joined us today. Thank you. Do you want to buy work? Let me know in the comment section. You don't want to buy work. But the moment they tell you that this 90 days journey with us is for your value, you pay. After paying, you get into the class and you realize there's work for you to do. Work. But guess what? They never sold it to you as work. It was sold to you as value. But because they launched it, they packaged it, they made you see why you need to get it. Oh, packaging is one of the basic things you'll be learning in the Smart Creating Lab. Because your product, if it is raw, if it is unrefined, if it is unpackaged, it will sell. And every day we see unrefined, unpackaged products everywhere. People claim that nobody's buying it. It's because there's no packaging added to it. Packaging is what turns work into value. What the world will buy is value, not work. Nobody will buy work. So now, when you are done packaging it, reflect, learn, and repeat. Remember, I said that creativity has to do with repeatable patterns. Repeatable patterns. Let the people be able to project repeatable patterns. You reflect, you learn, you repeat. There's so many systems. If you're a Christian like me, there's so many churches that you know when they do their particular event, they're trying to repeat the same thing. I'm sure that each time they launch a big event like that, they launch. After it, they reflect, they learn, and then they repeat. They realize, what can we repeat? What can we keep on doing at this particular season yearly? When they launched it, how did it go? So that's it. All right. So when you launch, go ahead and learn from it. When you're done learning, repeat. Repeat it. Do all you need to keep doing it. Now, a great idea invisible stays core. A great idea that is invisible, nobody's seeing it, it stays core. Packaging is the bridge to people and pay. Packaging is the bridge to people and pay. Let me have that in the comment section. Packaging is the bridge to people and pay. Packaging is the bridge to people and pay. And what you want is for people to hear about you. If 2 people hear about you and they pay, that means your product is good to go. But what gets it to the people? What gets them to pay? It's packaging. I want to ask you this question. Which letter of this skill did you most resist? Which one icks at you so much? Is it S? Is it seeing? Is it keeping? Is it integrating? Is it lab? Is it launching? Yes, thank you. Thank you. Like I said in the comment section, which one hit you the most? Which one hits you the most? before I finally tell you about training creativity like a muscle. Now, I said it that you need to treat your creativity. Now that you have known that it's a skill, you need to now treat it like a muscle. Lab. Oh, someone says lab hit. Great job. Thank you for the response. That means we're doing a great job, right? Thank you. All right. So, how do you treat creativity as a muscle? I want to begin with this. People think creativity is either you have it or you don't. No, I disagree. Modern economics disagree. Modern statistics disagree. It's not something that you say some people have it, some people don't have it. It's a lie. The book I read, the Bible says it's not true. Yes, because the creator God created you. A lion cannot give birth to a dog, so a creator cannot give birth to anything less than a creator. Anyway, I think we've sorted that out right now. Now, but let me say this to you, right? The World Economic Forum lists creative thinking among the increasingly essential skills for the future of work. So, creativity is a skill that employers are actively seeking today. So, what that means is whether as an employee or someone who wants to be an employer tomorrow, creativity is important. It has to be something that you practice daily so that you can sharpen your perception. You know, we talked about C when we're talking about skill, right? So that you can sharpen your perception, so that you can cross disciplinary, you can bring input into this world, so that you can turn raw material into deliberate productions. Mm. And then with that way, you are building muscle and getting public feedback when necessary. So treat creativity as a muscle. Treat it like a muscle. How? For instance, a product manager who spends 20 minutes daily reading outside his field and finds a marketing idea. He's seen his creativity as a muscle. A lawyer who decides to journal absurd analogies, just journaling them, and suddenly explains a case with a metaphor that sells. Are you seeing creativity playing out there? So you can actually infuse this creativity. It's not something absurd word or something out there that we don't even know how to. No, I'm showing you in practicality how it can be used as a muscle. Flex it because it's a muscle. And you flex it daily as often as possible. So you see a HR executive who decides to record micro workshops, short micro workshops here and there, and discovers a niche course. And he realizes, this is where my gold actually is. I think it was yesterday or day before that I was sharing with us that gold is no longer inside the dust, inside the earth. It's now inside your mind. So let me say this, right? Creativity is predictable when you give it consistent inputs and outputs. So there is no uncertainty with creativity because this is what some professionals fear. They say things like, you know what, I don't want to launch this book now, coach, because I don't even know how to write the second one. Because how will I know that I can write? By the time you know it, after I launch this product, by the time I start, before you know it, these women will now tell me to do hair cream for their children or for their husbands. I can't. I don't know what to do next. I don't know how to start. There is no unpredictability with creativity. There is no uncertainty with predictability. No, man. No, sir. How do I know? Because when you give your creativity inputs and outputs, it will forever give you results. So creativity is predictable. Oh, yes, it is. And I can tell you that for every professional who is stalling with shining out their creativity out there, the problem actually is that these professionals, there's this fear. And of course, uncertainty comes with fear. They go together. They are related. They are siblings. Uncertainty comes with fear. Once a person is uncertain about something, fear comes in. So even when you're saying try, put in the work, they don't want to put in the work necessarily because there's uncertainty, and uncertainty comes with fear. Okay? Now, let me show you 6 steps that you can use to turn creativity into a predictable daily practice. So just in case you're wondering, I say muscle, we need to flex it. How do I turn it into daily practice? Let me give you 6 simple steps how you can do this. Consider this a mini framework. Consider this my mini webinar with you to prepare you for the Smart Creating Lab. Consider it my gift to you, right? For being here till now. In 6 steps. Number 1, daily observation window. Have a daily observation window. Now I know the world is busy, the professionals, like every professional is busy. What do I do? What do I not do? I have a lot on my table, kids, family, work. Listen, you need to be able to block out a short window in your day to just notice, be present. That short window in your day where you're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the future, you are just being, you are just present. You know, we do so much as professionals that we forget that we are not human doings, we are human beings. You are not human doing, you are human beings. So find the time in your day to just be. See, if you do not tap into your being, it will be hard for you to be creative. Just be present. Take a moment to just be in your space. Walk. Just be in that space. Take a walk. Read. Read. Professionals, read. Or just watch people. Just open your window and just stare into space. Not thinking, not worrying over past or over future. It can just be 10 minutes today. Just observe some habitual processes in your job. Think about what happened when your executive was speaking. Write one friction point. Read about that book and just wonder. Do you know, I was actually reading a book today that had nothing about creativity. And then I noticed something that I picked, that I brought to this conversation today. It was just a fiction I was reading about a story. So you do not know what is happening to your mind every time you read. That is why the ecosystem we run in the Smart Speakers Academy is smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking, smart creating. So it's a step-by-step movement. You don't fly to create smartly when you leave these processes out. We only have one inner circle at the Smart Speakers Academy. Our inner circle is called the Book Readers. What we do there is helping professionals read a book a week all year round, no matter how busy you are. Because we know that it's in the stillness of time, it's in the stillness of reading, it's in the daily observation windows, the daily book binging moments that the muscle of creativity is born. You know, I usually will say it this way: a day without reading is a wasted day. It's a wasted day. Because you just missed out on a day that you can actually flex that your creativity muscle. Number 2, capture habits. Put that for me in the comment section. I'm giving you the 6 steps to putting your creativity as a muscle. You flexing it as a muscle. And I said, number 1, daily observation window. Number 2, I said, capture your habits. Put it for me in the comment section. Capture habits. Capture habits. See, always carry a capture tool, something that helps you capture your habits. Maybe a journal, maybe an app, maybe a notebook, maybe a voice memo. Write down 3 tiny ideas daily. Remember, we talked about keep when we're talking about skill, right? If you're just joining us, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's amazing to have you here. So you want to be able to capture, you want to keep your habits. Do you know that it's in your habits that your creativity is born? Oh, thank you. I can see it in the comment section. Thank you. It's in your habits. It's in the things that you do without sweating. Every time your friends come to you with marriage crisis or marriage issues, the kind of counsel you give, even you're afraid of yourself sometimes. You just tell your friend, no, do this thing you did. I think you should have called this person. Your friend goes back, does it, and has a good result. Your habits can tell. And it's also important to capture your habits so that you can know when you are now wailing off, when you are now going straight off the path that should take you to where you want to go to. So capture your habits. It's a second way to flex your creativity muscle. So for me, in capturing my habits, I know that if I haven't read a day, I'm going off, I'm going off, I'm going off. I should. It's a habit. It's part of my habit tracking system. Number three, cross input. Now, cross inputs can be done weekly. Let me see in the comment section cross input, and I'll explain what it means. Cross input. Cross input. Cross input simply means intentionally consume one thing outside your industry every week. Intentionally. Intentionally. That is why people don't understand when Elon Musk says, I built the Tesla cars by books. Back to reading, right? Aha. We can't even leave it. Come with the book ninja. We can't even leave it. If you're just joining us, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It's good to have you here. So think about crossing imputing into yourself. Something that has nothing, even if it's a week. Maybe see a movie that is not quite into your area. Something that is different. See what it does. Something that is outside your industry each week. It can be a podcast. It can be poetry. It can be a movie. This feeds integration. Because while you are watching that football match, you may be able to fuse in something and you realize something about the football player's hair that can spark up something in the product you use to produce or manufacture that hair product that you do. Or you can, while watching at the way basketballers move, something might just hit you about diet. Do you know that it was cross inputting was part of what helped the producers of the Kellogg companies I'm talking about today? Yes. Remember, it was wheat flakes they actually wanted to make. It was wheat flakes. Okay, so find weekly for cross inputting can be something you do weekly. See a particular movie that has to do with baseball, something not really related to what you're doing. All right, let's go. Number four, micro produce. Micro produce. Since you told us that there's this coconut bread that you love to make and your family love it, you have extended to your closest friends, they love it. How come it's been 3 months you have not produced one coconut bread? Because you're looking for 1,000 orders. You're not flexing your muscle of creativity. I'm here to tell you that today. So micro-produce, create small. Just make 2 or 3 coconut bread. Micro-produce. Micro-produce. Micro production of 2 or 3 outputs each week. A sketch. You are a designer, you love to design. Design, sketch it. Even if you can't make the clothes, just draw something, make a sketch. Do a quick how-to. Write a quick caption. Not polished product, pure practice. Let me have that in the comment section. Pure practice over polished products. Pure practice. See, let me tell you, right? Many actions, many habit actions daily, of course, will always beat sporadic burst of adrenaline. That's what most of us do. Thank you. I can see in the comment section 1, 2, 3, 4 mentioned. Great, awesome. So it's safer for you to do tiny drops here and there. Like they say, tiny drops of water make an ocean. It's safer for you to do that than to waste for one day. Some of you, you'll be writing this book and you say, you know what, coach, don't worry. There's this holiday that's coming October 1st. I will sit down for 4 hours. I'm looking at you. October 1st is coming. I'm looking at you. October 1st will come and it will go. And you may not produce anything. So micro-produce. Write 2 pages today. Write 1 page tomorrow morning. Don't wait for one day that you sit still. Just sit down and before you know, I'm done in 6 hours. You may never have that. And even if you do, it's more important to flex the muscle of creativity daily than to wait for sporadic bursts of adrenaline. Number 5, publish and ask. Don't be afraid to seek for feedback and don't be afraid to test. If you're just joining us, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. It's so good to have you here. Today, we're talking about creativity as a skill and not just a gift. And I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach. I help busy professionals unlock the smartest confident version of themselves through smart reading, smart thinking, and smart speaking. It is the Smart Creating Short Break series. We go live Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m. It's good that you are here today. Hit the subscribe button, will you? Thank you. All right, so publish and ask. Do not be afraid to publish and ask. Put one tiny thing in public, a note, a 60-second video, and ask for one piece of feedback. When you write that book, feel free to publish the introduction or the chapter one, or give it to 6, 7, 8 people to read it. I remember my first book. Part of my way of publishing and asking is I gave it to 10 experts minimum. My first step before I gave others, I named 10 experts. Amongst them were professors, associate professors, name it. They were really people out there, and I wanted them to have every copy of the book first before I had it anywhere, because I wanted to try publishing and asking my very first book. So put one tiny thing in the public and don't be afraid to seek feedback. Finally, number six, reflect and iterate. Reflect and iterate. Again, back to reading Femi Otedola's book, Making It Big. He talked a lot about reflection. And busy professionals struggle with reflection because they're so busy. They just want to, when you check their timetable or their schedule for the day, it's a rush. It's a rush. Just rush from activity to the other, tap to tap, they're just everywhere. Running is good, but reflect. Find time to reflect and iterate. Weekly review at week's end, on Sundays. Pick 2 hours, pick one idea, refine it one step further, reflect, repeat. Do what we call the lab launch loop. LLL, lab launch loop. It's important. Now, because frequency beats inspiration. Let me have that in the comment section. I don't want you to forget it. Frequency beats inspiration. Hmm. 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 So when it comes to flexing your creativity muscle, commit to daily reps and watch your creative capacity compound. Again, it's a muscle. It's a muscle. So commit to daily reps. I remember when I was beginning to read daily, again, picking up after years of losing interest in reading because of what had happened to me. It was such a struggle. Today, I can't go a day without reading. Literally, I cannot. But guess what? It's not because I'm superhuman. So people in our inner circle, the book bingers, will ask questions like, or when people meet book bingers, they always ask them these questions: how do you cope? How do you read every day as busy as you are? And I'm not the only one. I've seen professionals who are super busy, nurses, doctors in the UK, name it, different parts of the world. They have kids, they have family, they have a lot running for them, yet they can do a book a week. Guess how they were able to unlock that? Frequency beats inspiration. So while you're waiting for inspiration to finish one 400 pages book, the person who commits to doing 20 pages book per week will beat you and your inspiration. So here's what I have to say to you in closing. Commit to daily reps. And watch your creativity capacity. Your creative capacity can compound. What I want you to do in closing is write down for me one tiny output you can produce before midnight today. Please don't say this class is so good. Coach, thank you so much for this live. Every time you come, you give us value. Thank you too for being here. I appreciate it. But do not let this knowledge go to waste. Write down one idea you can work on tonight. And if you want to share it with us here, it's okay. It's fine. Otherwise, just take your time. At midnight, try to do something. All right? And it's been good having you here. Thank you so much for joining me today. You want to join the Smart Creating Lab? If you put in the comment section, create, you should be able to join immediately. It's been good having you here. This is what we'll call it today. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Thank you. If you have questions, come with your questions tomorrow. We'll take them. And please do not come alone tomorrow. See the kind of value you're having. Why do you want to be here alone? And if your friend, your colleague, your sibling, your family members could not join in live, then share the live with them and they will also get blessed for being here. Thank you so much for joining in today. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. This is the Smart World.